Yo. Technical issues going on there. The intro didn't seem to play this time around, but this is the Rival Show, episode 33. We can roll without the intro, right, Deji?
Yeah, we don't need an intro, man.
We don't need no intro today, man.
The fan base want the Rivals to just get on the panel and do the show, and that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. Do you get me?
Preach. So, episode 33, it's your boy Hass and my co-host Deji once again in the building. Big shout out to Ash, who can't be here with us today. He's got a little party going on today for his boy. Happy birthday to Ash's boy today. Birthday boy, big one still. Yeah, man, we've got a lot to get through today, and we've got a few guests on the show. So let's, without further ado, introduce everyone on the show. Right. So let's get them all up together. Here we go. Guys, what's happening? We've got Luke at AFC. We've got Comeback Kids, and we've got Tactics in the house. What's going on, guys? Have you had a good week?
Yeah, I've had a good week. I've had a good week on that.
Fantastic.
Assuming everyone has been.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank you again for inviting me guys onto the show. Always a pleasure to be here. Sometimes I wish I can be here on Mondays. But you know what, as they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So it's always good to be here with you guys. Good to be with the chat. Sometimes with the chat, I have to avoid reading it because it makes me laugh when someone's talking something serious on the panel. But so you guys are amazing. So looking forward to talking some football with you guys.
Wicked. And you know what? Also looking forward to talking football with us today. Better late than never. We've got Stefan in the house.
Right.
What's going on, Stefan?
What's up, guys? What's up? Just everything's well. Just praying for a miracle the next few weeks that Man City drop points. But yeah, apart from that, everything's well. What's
a lot
up,
of praying going on over there from Stefan. You're going to be praying a lot more, boy. A lot more within the next few weeks.
After watching Spurs this weekend, I'm gonna have to.
You're gonna get those prayer beads out, basically. Yeah?
That's it. You've got to get the beads out on the show next week. Richie Amps, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, what's good, man? Long time.
Look at that smile. That's a 5-0 smile right there. Look at that. That is a 5-0 smile right there. Check that out, guys. Damn.
Hey, man.
Could have been 5-0. It's the 4-2 smile. What's going down?
Yeah, it's good to be back, man. I appreciate, obviously, coming on again, dropping up with you guys. So, yeah, let's get into it, you know.
Sweet. First of all, we've got to start off with congratulations to Real Madrid. Made it through to the final of the Champions League.
Yeah.
For those that haven't seen it, damn, man, that was an epic semi-final. Semi-final that had everything you can imagine. It had goals, it had last-minute drama, VAR, of course. It had everything that all of our clubs can dream of at this point. Am I right?
Yeah.
Toon's laughing there. Toon, I know your boys haven't been to a final before, bro, but maybe one day.
Oh, you forgot last year.
It's not for everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everyone.
We were in the final last year, but you must have forgot.
What, Newcastle in the final of the Champions League?
No, we won the League Cup final last year.
Oh no! But I'm good about the Big Boys League, yeah.
I was going to take it easy on you guys today, but okay, no problem.
Yeah, that's sweet, man. That's sweet. That's all good. Guys, it's an interesting one because there's a couple of weeks left, of course, for the league to finish, you know. Like three games left. It's a bit tight up there. Top two are battling it out. Manchester City, Arsenal. Stefan's there doing prayers every day, you know, hoping that Man City drop points. Luca, I don't know whether you're doing prayers, brother, but you know, City look like they're on that, you know, steamroll sort of settings at the moment. They're just like, you know, going through the motions. They've been there before. Let's start off with that one. Let's start off with that because, you know, convincing win for Arsenal on the weekend, but then Man City were like, whatever you can do, we can go one. So, Luca, obviously,
there's a little bit of feedback. Is there a bit of feedback somewhere?
Yeah, any feedback?
Let's hold on a sec. Is that feedback coming from me?
I hope not.
No, Surely not. Hold on.
Yeah. Wait, I think it's coming from Luca.
Mine, there's no feedback.
No.
Yeah, I just muted mine, so it's not mine.
Don't think it's mine.
Not
All right,
mine.
let me mute myself.
Right, someone talk.
I mute myself. I know it ain't me.
I was on mute.
Not mine. It's not mine.
Everyone's
Well,
got
let
to
me-
go and mute one by one. Sorry, this is how we start the show, but we've got to get the technicals out of the way because there's going to be some gunslaying tonight, and we've got to make sure we hear.
Damn. Right, okay. I'll go first. So you guys talk 1, 2.
Yeah. How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I think it's Hass.
Perfect.
Usual suspect, bro.
Yes, man.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's Hass. Sorry.
Right. Can everyone hear me?
Here, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to go with the mic on. Can you not hear me now?
Yeah, I
Still
can hear you.
feedback.
Let's come back.
There's a lot of feedback here.
Yeah, while we work that out, we can still throw in the first person, and it has, and then we'll see what happens. But who wanted to speak up? Who wanted to?
I'll speak first. I'll speak first.
Yeah. Let's do that. That's all right.
Yeah, for me, look, with Arsenal and Man City, look, it's going to be a very, very difficult last couple of weeks because, look, Arsenal for me, I'm very, very proud for us, Mikel Arteta, doing so well this season. But my only worry is that Man City are just keep winning and winning and winning. And we know what Man City are like. Man City know how to get it over the line. They've got that experience about them. But we've got a big test. And it's that big game on Tuesday next week. And I know Tottenham don't want Arsenal to go on to win the league. But the way Tottenham are playing at the moment, and I don't want to take it too granted out of the way, I can't see them beating Man City. And I want to be optimistic. Look, I think we will beat Man United on Sunday. And I think we will beat Everton as well. And it will come down to the final day. But it's whether City are going to drop points. People think that Fulham are going to get something against Man City. I don't see Fulham getting anything because Fulham, for me, have got nothing to play for this season, right? Yeah, they've got a couple of ex-Arsenal players in there, like a Iwobi, Willian and Leno. But that's not going to make an impact. And I want us to go on to win the league. And even if we don't win it this season, Arteta's done a fantastic job. But he's got to put us in this position next year because if he doesn't win anything next season, he has to be sacked.
Why does that have to be sacked?
Yeah, then how has he done a fantastic job as well? Because if it's like that means he can't have done a fantastic job if you're going to sack him the very next year.
Well, but he has to win a trophy. It's about time we win a trophy.
Right.
One FA Cup, right? In what, 5 years?
Who's the best coach in the league?
Best coach in the league right now is Pep Guardiola.
You've got the best squad in the league.
Man City.
Yeah, we've been
Why are you
probably
gonna
the
attack
best team in the league this season.
So Arsenal got the best team in the league right now.
No, Man City, in my opinion.
Right. So why would you sack him?
It's close. It's close, though.
You're
I think it's
playing
close.
You're playing against the best manager in the league with the best squad in the
Yes.
league. And your answer is let's sack possibly the second or third best coach in the league.
I give Mikel
Dude,
one
I'm
more
telling you.
season. Yeah, but if he doesn't win anything, I give Mikel one more season.
Okay.
But if he doesn't win anything next season and comes second again, you've got to question.
Luca,
Why set
Luca,
that?
wait. I just want to point out the difficulty in the task.
Yeah.
So Arteta, since 2024 started, has had a better record than Bayer Leverkusen and Inter. Inter have won their league by over, I think they're now 15 points or 16 points ahead in their league. And Bayer Leverkusen, I think, are now 19 or 20 points ahead in the Bundesliga, winning it with like 4 or 5 games to go. This is the level of competition that we're dealing with Pep Guardiola. I truly believe that if he wins the league now, this season, I honestly think he's going to leave because he has solidified his legacy as the greatest Premier League manager ever because he'll be the only one that has
hoping.
won the Premier League 4
That's the
times in a
biggest
row.
in the world. You're
And I
hoping.
think he will leave because also the financial charges are going to clamp down on Man
You're
City. I
hoping.
really do believe there will be some investors which Pep will not want to be involved in.
But if
But
Pep
say-
leaves, who's going to come to Man City now?
Stefan,
in my opinion,
I knew you were praying. I didn't know you was fasting as well, because that's really like hoping the best. The charges are gonna come down. Guardiola's gonna leave.
no, I'm not hoping for the best. It's facts, dude. The fact that he hasn't
No, it's
renewed
not
his
a fact.
contract.
It's an opinion. You don't know he's gonna leave. Okay, what if he stays? What's the next thing?
I don't know, but I'm telling you what I've read from the Man City journalists, the most reliable ones. They're saying he's leaving at the end of 2025. That is what's going to happen.
Next year.
Well,
Like
Vincent Kompany gets the job.
latest they're saying latest, but now there have also been rumors that he might leave at the end of this season, and I think to leave on a high, being the only coach to have won the Premier League 4 times in a row, is the perfect time to go. So whether he stays or not, look, one thing I'm sure of: Arsenal are going to reload. Whether we win the league this year, we're going to reload in the summer, and we're going to be even better because Arteta as a coach has shown that every single season we have improved somehow, we have evolved. And I think we're going to be even better next year with a squad that is going to be older, that is more experienced. I still believe we're going to win the league. I still think Man City hopefully will draw points. But whatever happens, Arsenal are completely here to stay. So this year, next year, the year after, we have.
But if we don't win it this season, look, I know Arteta for me has done fantastic to put us in the title challenge, and we've been crying out for this for like 20 odd years to be even closer and closer and closer. But this summer we're going to be given 200 million to spend in the summer. We literally have to get it spot on, and we have to try and win it next season. If Guardiola does leave at the end of this summer, then we can guarantee to be favourites to win it next year, because Liverpool, we don't know what this manager, this Arne Slot's going to be like for Liverpool, right? They could be in a transition season. They could be fighting for top 4 next season. What's their expectation to be?
If Guardiola does go, quick question: if Guardiola does go, who do you think goes to City? Surely to God, it's going to be Arteta.
I don't think so. No,
I think the Brighton boss or company.
I don't think so.
No, I think City. I honestly think the most likely thing that's going to happen is Pep is going to stay maybe another season, because I think in 2025 the guy who's going to be available is, I think, Man City's number 1 choice, which will be Xabi Alonso from Bayer Leverkusen. And the reason why Xabi Alonso is waiting another year for Bayer Leverkusen, in my opinion, is not out of loyalty. It's because he knows that both Carlo Ancelotti has said that 2025 will be his last year. So the Real Madrid job will be available. And he also knows that Pep's deal is also running out of Man City. And in my opinion, that's why that will be their number 1 choice. That will be their succeed. Pep could leave this season, I'm not saying. What I'm confident in is the fact that Arteta has shown for the last 3 transfer windows, when he's had to spend big money in terms of on big players, he has gotten pretty much everything correct, in which all the players that he has signed over the last 2 years have elevated Arsenal and have made us a much better team, like this season, for example.
But will we be in this position next season? No. Will we be in this position next season? Because last season, Edu come out in the meeting and said that top 4 in Europa League was the aim, and then we were top of the league for 247 days until we capitulated. And then this season, even if Arteta doesn't win it this season, he's done what's required. And then you've got to give him at least 1 more year. But if he doesn't win anything next season, then that's going to be the question. You've got to question it next season.
I agree. I agree, but you cannot say this season was it's unsuccessful based on 0. But if we finish with the highest ever points that we have ever earned, the most amount of wins, and we still don't win the league, Man City are just they're just really, really good. It's difficult to look at. Klopp gets praised as this amazing coach. He's won the league once in 9 years. So it's
Stefan,
like it's
let's just stop for a second.
He said enough.
You're saying some contradictory stuff. You're saying, how long has Arteta been at Arsenal? Because you keep talking
Arteta's
about
been at the club since
5
December
years.
2019.
5 years.
5 years, pretty much.
5 years.
The
This is
same
what-
amount of time that it took Klopp to win a league title.
Wait,
It took Klopp 4
This is
years.
a lot of time to
4 years it took Klopp to win a
No,
league title.
no, it didn't. He
Wait,
joined
wait,
2015. He won his first league title 2020. That's not
Stefan, hold on
true,
a
but
second, hold
okay.
on. You keep talking about 2 years. Arteta's been building this great squad, spending great money for 2 years. He's been there 5 years. Assess the 5 years. What Luca's saying is correct. If at the end of next season there's no fruit, there's got to be questions.
Yeah, there's got to be questions. You've got to you can't sack Mikel Arteta now.
No,
right?
not now. Not now.
Not now. You've got to
But
give him
end
at
of
least
next
another
season,
season.
If it's the same stuff, spending big money, big players, 100 million players, and you're still saying, yeah, well, you know, we're just gonna keep this building process.
No,
You're
nobody is saying that. Nobody is saying that. The reason, no, Richie, I'll tell you, the reason why I'm getting annoyed is that Arteta and Arsenal are getting more heat for not winning this league title than your Liverpool team that literally your whole season collapsed in 3 weeks. You got knocked out of Europa, you got knocked out of the FA Cup, but nobody's talking about it because everybody loves Klopp. He's a nice guy. He's such a great guy.
Okay, Stefan, listen. Klopp has been getting the heat. Even you just came on.
What heat? What heat is he been getting?
Even you said it. Oh, he's only won one title in 9 years. But in the same sentence, you have said Pep Guardiola is this magnificent coach. So what do you expect? You said Pep is this magnificent coach on one hand. Oh, but Klopp has only won one league title. Which is it? Is it the magnificent coach of Pep?
I said for this year, I cannot complain about Arteta almost not winning the league because I just compared you the 2 other leagues where we have a better record 2024 than Bayer Leverkusen, who won the league easily, than Inter in Serie A, who won their league series easily. And you know, we should, by all metrics, in terms of our performances, looking at defensive stats, attacking stats, everything, Arsenal have been, if you look at the stats wise, we have been the best team in the Premier League. Just in terms of
guess what? I've been there as a Liverpool fan over the last few years. I've been there watching my team, strong team, doing all this.
But Liverpool won it straight away. Liverpool won it straight away because the thing is that it took Jurgen Klopp. Yeah, because Liverpool they went to go on to win the league when they
5 years after he joined.
Yeah, 5 years after. Yeah, and then eventually Liverpool won a league title.
Yeah, they won.
I think.
Yeah, they won a league. Yeah, they won. They won a league title, but
they won to win the Champions League.
Yeah, I mean,
well, you won the Champions League first. You won the Champions League first. You keep missing.
Yeah, you won. Okay.
The truth of the matter is, look, you know, for once, and this will probably be one of the rare occasions I might have to agree with Stefan, which is that look, the Premier League is the toughest league in the world, and it requires skill. It requires the rubber, the green. It requires a whole bag of things in order for you to be able to get it over the line. And what Arsenal need right now is they need a little bit of luck. They've done everything else. They've scored the most goals. They've got the best defense. But sometimes you can put your hand up and say a bit of luck as well is what you need to get it over the line.
But can you see Tottenham doing something against Man City, though? Because the way you boys are playing at the moment...
Well, I was about to say, now, the thing is, the one thing that is very strange in football is Spurs hoodoo over Man City. Just to be clear, in the 7 seasons that we've had the Tottenham Stadium, they've not scored a single Premier League goal. Let that be clear. Stefan, look at me when I'm speaking. Put your hand in your hands. So I can't believe if anyone can stop City, it is Spurs. I'm not saying that we will.
Oh my God, there's you, please, man.
Bro, look, let me tell you something, Stefan, and I'm speaking to all the fan base, the Tottenham fan base. Every season when we come up against City, we are expecting to get spanked. And it never happens. Even this season in the league, we went to the Etihad with a depleted team and still.
And you got lucky,
bro. But that happened. That's been happening for the last 7 years.
But you got lucky, right? Let's be honest. You got really lucky.
This luck that we have, call it what you like, it's been happening for the last 7 years. We have a hoodoo over Man City, and so it's a strong possibility. Let me tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Quickly, I just want to land on this point. This shaking of bums that Stefan is doing, it needs to be demystified. If you don't win the league this season, Arsenal is done. Because for me, let me tell you why Arsenal is done. You've done all of this. You've done all of this bluster. You've shaken all your bums, and in the end, you finish second. And I think because Arsenal have been put on this pedestal, all the other Premier League teams will be looking to chop them down. I don't think Arsenal have enough gas in the tank to mount another title challenge next season. So
that's what they said last year. That's what they said last year, didn't they?
Either you win or bust. That's why.
But they said that last year, though.
Luca is right. Whatever happens, if you don't win, Arteta is probably going to be out of a job.
He's
next
finished.
Season.
Because
you guys on the league title. The other thing I'm saying is,
but the thing is,
so let me understand this. So say next year you're within 2-3 points of Man City and they still win it. You're saying Arteta sacked? Is that what you're saying?
No.
But the thing is, if he doesn't win anything next season, he has to be sacked next season. You've got to give him at least one more season.
I can't get my mind around this. You guys have improved year on year. Yeah. You're playing in the best league in the world against the best manager with the best.
Dude, I hate my fan base. Let
me just finish. Let me just finish. You are not Real Madrid. Remember this. You are not Real Madrid. You can't.
We were told. Ivan Gazidis said in 2015 or whatever year it was, we were told to compete with Bayern Munich and Real Madrid.
Yeah, 2015. What? So you're gonna live on those words? Like,
here's the scenario. Too. If Pep's not there next season, right, and Arsenal don't win the league next season, what's the excuse?
We have to know what the context is. Because what if
I don't know. Like this is.
We don't know. Like, what if Liverpool buy Kylian Mbappe? What are we going to do then? We have to we have to know what the context is. Say, for instance, are Arsenal ahead of number one again for 200 days, and then Liverpool sneak it, or whoever sneaks it, maybe Newcastle.
No, Liverpool.
Then what happens?
So, hang on, just a quick scenario. Hang on, Steph, just a quick scenario. Hang on. You said if Arsenal win something, he's got to go. What about if you come fifth next year and win the League Cup? Does he stay?
No, he's got to go. I agree.
No, he has to be sacked because for me, if he would have got a trophy this season and finished second, then fair enough. But the problem with Arteta is that he keeps sacrificing the League Cup and the FA Cup. Like, yes, when we were in fourth place when we lost to those two teams, West Ham and Fulham, I thought the league title was done. I thought we were going to start challenging for top four. But I will say to Mikel Arteta, he has turned it around. And what can he ask for, right? What can he ask for? If we don't win the league this season and we go and win our last two games, then we've done what's required. And you've got to give him the summer. You've got to give him till next season. But if he doesn't achieve and win anything and come second the third time around, he has to be sacked.
Yeah.
No, if he wins something, so if he wins the League Cup and you come fifth, he stays.
I think for me, if he wins the League Cup and finishes fifth next season, I think that's a failure.
Why do you connect? So you're saying
winning the League Cup is
hold on. So if he's sacked, right? The idea is you're going to win the Premier League. That means you're going to win the Premier League.
Yeah, but the thing is, we have competed for 2 league titles this season. We've been challenged.
If Arteta is sacked, you're going to win the Premier League.
If we win the league this season, Arteta 100% stays.
No, but you're saying that if he doesn't win the league, you sack him. Because the only reason you're going to sack him is because you believe that you can win the league without him. That he's the impediment. He's the thing that's stopping you from winning the league. Arteta.
Yes.
Yeah, but if he doesn't win the league this season, then he gets another season to prove it.
Okay, so next season he doesn't win the league.
Into a title challenge.
So next
but
season
if he doesn't win it next season, he has to be sacked.
Okay, Luca. Okay, wait. Let me ask him. So then, by that logic, Liverpool should have sacked Klopp, no?
Yeah, but Liverpool weren't planning to sack Klopp.
No, but I'm asking because Arsenal fans continuously say this and act like we're fucking Bayern Munich and forget the fact that you know, for 10 years we were a complete this joke where the last years of Wenger, the first and second year of Emery, all those years where we were nowhere near even challenging, for the league title. Now suddenly Arsenal fans are saying we have to win the league, or we sack the guy who literally got us to the point where we are now one of the most exciting teams in world football. Every single player we like so many good players that want to sign for Arsenal nowadays. And Richie can roll his eyes, enjoy Ten Hag 2.0. I'm gonna love next season for Liverpool because he's gonna be a complete failure. I'm gonna tell you from now. So look, Arsenal fans are spoiled, and I'm always going to say it. What Arteta has done is completely understated, in my opinion. The way he has taken a club from where Arsenal were, we were the banter club, to now where we are continuously challenging. We have the second youngest team in the league, apart from Burnley, and we're going to improve. And all these players that you see, that you watch, Odegaard is going to get better. Ben White is going to get better. Saliba is going to get better. Saka is going to get better. All of these players will get better. And Arteta has proven that he has improved almost every single player in our starting lineup. So in my opinion, the future is extremely bright, and you would remove the catalyst for that future. Some of the stuff that thank God the Cronkies follow the same model that they do for their NBA, for their NHL teams, for their NFL teams, where they have all been successful. They have won Stanley Cups, Super Bowls, and NBA championships, doing it the way that they're doing it with Arsenal. So in my opinion, trophies will come because this method will follow.
But when is it going to be? When is it going to be? Because if Arteta, if you give him another season and for next season, fair enough. But if he doesn't win anything next year and the year after that and the year after that, you can't just keep finishing second.
I agree. Luke, I agree with that.
The only thing that's stopping you from winning the league and stop Liverpool from winning the
Man
league
City
is Guardiola.
So it's the greatest ever coach.
It goes back to Hass's point that if Guardiola leaves, then yes, you've got literally very limited, if at all, any excuse for not winning it. Because if you're sacking Arteta, you're saying that, and Guardiola stays, that means you can get a manager that's better than Pep Guardiola, and there is no manager.
You bring an experienced elite coach.
Please don't tell me Carlo Ancelotti. Please. They're going to say Carlo.
You bring someone like Zidane or Tuchel.
Oh my God. Okay. This is what I mean, dude. This is what I mean. Our fan base, man. I don't get our fan base.
Let me get a little gauge.
Let him land.
Let me get a little gauge of what everyone's thinking, right? I'm going to ask everyone straight up. Will Arsenal, who do you reckon is going to win the league? Arsenal or City? Start with Stefan.
Arsenal. I've said it from August.
Okay, Arsenal. Cool. Richie.
Arsenal.
What? Interesting. What? Okay. Luca.
City.
Right. Toon. What we say? City. Dej. What we say?
City, because Arsenal bottle it this weekend.
You think we're going to leave United?
No. Come back. What we say?
City. I can't see them dropping points.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say City only because experience counts for more. Yeah, they've been here before. They've done it all before. They've got a semi-decent run in. The only thing I will say, someone mentioned it in the chat earlier on, right? People were saying, will Spurs sort of roll over when it comes to playing City? Someone asked, well, what about when Arsenal play United? Because obviously there's a history between United and City. Exactly. Are United going to roll over for Arsenal to stop City from winning the title? Guys, do we see that being the case? Anyone can go first. Do we see that being the case?
You can't even tell if United are rolling over because they're getting rolled over anyway. Like, I don't think they can roll over anymore. They'll just be lying down at that stage.
But Toon, the situation there is, right, they just recently got spanked like 4-0 against Crystal Palace.
Yes.
Their fan base is livid right now.
Yeah.
That team needs to put in a performance, no matter who it is. Like,
I agree with you.
Come up
I agree with you. And the idea is obviously the fans will get them right. But unfortunately, I've seen
finished, guys.
Players, regardless of how angry the fans are, I've seen their players not track back. I've seen their players not. And the thing is, it's not even just, we're going to get into the whole structure of Man United, but it's not just the players. It's obviously whatever's happening, the tactics of Ten Hag. I think he's intentional with leaving a big hole. So, like, I don't even think Man United have to roll over. I think they can play how they're usually playing, and they're still going to lose. That's the tragedy of it. That's the I don't think they have to roll over necessarily. So,
no, but it's never easy there though. Like Liverpool, if you remember, Liverpool got overconfident twice, and they went to Man United, could have lost in the league. And lost in the FA Cup. So
Deji's right. If you guys lose at Man United, that in that game at least, not the season. Not
no, it's
season,
embarrassing.
In that game, it is bottling in that particular game.
I agree.
Part of the reason why I'm saying that is because almost everyone has given it a given that Arsenal are going to go to Old Trafford and win, and I'm glad that Stefan's come with a bit of balance tonight. We saw it against Liverpool as well. Do you know what I mean? Man United were royally dusty, but they knew how to they stunk out the place and they managed to get a 2-2 draw. Was it Mainu or something scoring a goal? And for me, I just think, wouldn't it be, I always talk about Arsenal and Spurs being very similar in the sense that they can give you high hopes and then they can let you down terribly. And the only way that I can see Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal will lose the league.
You wish, Desmond, you wish.
As Luca has described. Arsenal win every game, but oh no, because City won all their games, that's why Arsenal didn't win the league. That's just too neat of a story. I actually think Arsenal lose on Sunday.
But Deji, you think wrong. You said that Arsenal are gonna. So I'm getting some really bad feedback.
It's not me. Look, I'm on the golf screen.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was going to say that.
Luca. I don't know.
Right, ain't me.
No, I was just going to say that the idea was that Arsenal were going to. Wow.
I think it's.
Let me take people one by one off the screen. Hold on.
Is it me?
Right.
Is it Stefan?
Yeah, it's Luca.
I think it's Luca. Yeah.
It was
no,
Luca.
but Stefan, you put yourself on mute and it was off.
No, it was Luca.
It's Luca.
Oh, was it Luca? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We was expecting Arsenal to implode or bottle it in April, whatever it is. They didn't. They just got stronger.
Deji, what happened, man? Weren't you guys going to finish above us even when we were 11 points ahead of you? What happened with that prediction?
Are you going to shake your bum in my gaffer's first season? Are you being for real?
What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you? What did I tell? I told everybody on the stream, don't worry. If they screw up and go to crap, every single Spurs fan is going to go. No expectations, FC. It's his first year. But before that, they were saying Ange is better than Arteta. Spurs are better than Arsenal. Now suddenly, it's his first season. Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving. Just
the point
always
I'm saying
excuses with your fan base.
Wouldn't it be so funny that Arsenal lose to United and then Tottenham still beat City anyway? So Arsenal fans will be shouting out, "Oh man, if we had just beaten Man United, we probably would have won the league." That's the sort of storyline that I can see finishing this season. It doesn't make sense, the whole Tottenham and Man City thing, but the truth, the stats are the stats. We have a hoodoo over them. And if there's one team, Man City, don't look forward to playing in the Prem every season. It's my club. It's my club, Tottenham Hotspur. So, look, Arsenal fans, the fact that you're disrespecting Man United and they're hurting, that Crystal Palace defeat was a disgrace.
But Man United would probably need a good response. And look, as an Arsenal fan, I'm confident going into Old Trafford because United haven't got no defenders. They might have maybe Bruno Fernandes back or maybe a Martinez back. But at the moment, they've only got Johnny Evans. And if United play that similar team, Arsenal will probably slap Man United at Old Trafford.
So that's the difference.
No, guys, you're also forgetting they've got nothing to play for, and they have an FA Cup final. If I'm every single Man United,
That's incorrect. How have they got nothing to play for? Currently, I'm looking at the table.
For?
No, wait. I'll tell you exactly what they're playing for. They're sitting 8th at the moment. They're in danger of West Ham overtaking them at the moment. They're in danger of not being in Europe next season. So you can't tell me they've got nothing to play for. They've got Europe.
So it's either if you ask Man United fans, and I'm sure if you ask the crap culture at Man United, where the players think they're entitled to Champions League football, if you ask them whether they're going to play for Conference League football, because let's be honest, the Europa League is finished for them because they have Brighton, Newcastle, and Arsenal. They're probably not going to win any of these games. If you ask them whether they're going to play hard for Conference League football or European football, with that culture in that dressing room, they're finished.
Bro, it's a competition that they can win at the end of the day. Yeah. Right. If they get the right players in, that's a competition that they can win. Right. They don't want to be finishing 9th or 10th behind West Ham, behind Chelsea, arguably the worst Chelsea team in 20 years to have overtaken them in the league. So I think they've got everything to play for. Yeah. Still, I think you're hoping sort of, they've got nothing to play for. We'll turn them over. I think they've still got something to play for. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but
let me
they've got to salvage something from the season.
Yeah, let me jump in. I think Arsenal are gonna.
I'm just gonna shoot off for 2 minutes and I'll be back.
Take it easy.
Yeah, I think
2 minutes. I'll be
Arsenal
back.
are gonna destroy United. This United team are really bad. I mean, I think Stefan, you mentioned Liverpool went there and we kind of fumbled it. I think Deji. Yeah, but we're not as structurally strong as Arsenal. So that's the difference. Arsenal are a bit differently to the way we approach games. We're still, we're almost like Klopp's first design Liverpool team this season. But anyway, that's another topic. And then I think I wouldn't be surprised, and this you might think is mad. I wouldn't be surprised if City 12 o'clock on a Saturday struggle at Fulham. And trust me, like don't be surprised if that fixture goes 1-1. Like I'm not saying they're gonna get beaten. I'm saying don't be surprised if City go there and just 1-1, 90 minutes done, and you're like, hold on a second, how did this? That's the game I'm looking at. I'm not the Spurs game. I think they're gonna probably turn over Spurs, and the last game of the season they're at home. I can't remember who to. I think they blow them over. So, West Ham. I think they'll blow them over. So I think that Fulham game this weekend. Don't be surprised if you see something weird.
But if Fulham had someone like Mitrovic in their team, then a lot of people would favour Fulham to get something. But the problem with Fulham is they don't really have a Mitrovic replacement.
They do. The Brazilian guy, the Brazilian number 9.
Yeah,
he's very good.
He's useful.
I think Arsenal will be in that situation. If Man City get a draw at Fulham 1-1, there's a different type of pressure now on Arsenal, where not only are you expected to beat Man United, but now if this is ever a chance to win the Premier League, that's when it is. That's when we'll see how. Because now it's like, hey, you can't complain now. This is it. It's open, like
because it reminds me of sort of like when Liverpool were competing for the title, they lost to Palace, and you're thinking, wow, Arsenal got Villa next, and what goes and happens? Arsenal go lose to Villa.
Yeah.
Because if that happens to City, you know what will happen? We'll end up losing to Man United at Old Trafford.
Don't do stuff like what? Jeez, bro.
I mean, if we lose to this Man United team, like we don't deserve to win. If we lose to
this one is bad. This United team are bad.
They don't. No, they're not gonna have any defenders. Casemiro doesn't look like he can play in the Bulgarian Premier League.
Even if they have all their defenders, you guys should beat them. Like honestly.
But this is typical Arsenal, right? Like we've played against the worst man. I remember, I think it was the 2018-19 Unai Emery's first.
No, 2015. When they beat us 3-2.
You're going to
3-2.
2019. This is 2024. You guys are smacking teams 5-0.
United had a worse team back then, and Arsenal
still couldn't. I remember, Luca. I remember that game. It
you know what? Just for that, I hope you guys don't win. Just because I'm hearing you guys talk, the way you guys talk is insane to me. Like you guys don't even know.
Dude, I'm not talking like this. I'm not talking. I think we'll win.
Remember 2019 when Unai Emery? I'm like, sheesh, bro. You have to go back there. I've watched you guys play. You guys play incredible football. Like why are you guys bringing back like old ghosts and stuff like that?
But not only that. It's shocking. It's shocking this year. Our away form is better than our home form this year. So away from home, we're better. So we should be even more confident just based on that.
Away
So
from
I
home,
agree.
we kept
I
like
agree with
6
you.
clean sheets out of a possible 7.
It's we've conceded like I think it was in our last 7 away games we've conceded like 6 shots on target over. It's like some ridiculous stat.
I mean, you know what?
Tell me, Deji. Tell me. Tell me.
You lot are forgetting,
I
right?
think the thing that kind of pees me off about this whole thing about Arsenal, and it's really just getting on my nerves, is the fact that these guys have hardly had any major injuries to their big players, and I think that's part of the reason why you gotta seize this opportunity, carp diem. Because next season, if you lose a Saliba, you lose a Gabriel, you're not going to be sourcing. You're not going to be up there like you are this year. It would be the biggest bottle job if you guys didn't. Because I'm looking at Spurs for a moment here. Had we not had that debacle,
here we go.
Chelsea at home with the injuries, the suspensions, I think we're a lot closer. I don't say we win the league. But a lot of the reason why I was shaking my bum is that we were looking kind of sexy and we were looking saucy. And then we just kind of lost our rhythm because those guys went back. So Arsenal, you need to deliver. The question I have for you, Stefan and Luca, is, are you guys going to shake your bum for my club? Are you wanting my team to win on Man City? Are you getting your prayer beads out? Because it's going to need some of that.
Of course.
The Spurs fans are not going to accept that. Spurs fans would not want Arsenal to go on to win the league title. But have Spurs got anything to play for?
If we help you out, would you guys acknowledge it?
Acknowledge what?
No way. No way.
Acknowledge what? That we won the league?
Hold on, Stefan. If we beat Man City for you, are you not going to acknowledge that Spurs maybe gave you a helping hand?
Yes,
yes.
You know what?
For like 24 hours.
Arsenal should come out with a special statement. Thank you, Spurs, for your 16th season of winning no trophy, but you have won the trophy of giving Arsenal the league title. Thank you so much. Have this little participation trophy that you love to have. You know, have your little laminated certificate. Helped Arsenal win the league. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Stefan, if you worked out what you're going to say, have you worked out what you're going to say 2 weeks from now when you haven't won the league?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Arsenal
write it down now. Make sure you write it down now. So you don't,
don't worry. I've already prepared. I'm gonna say Arsenal have won their last 2 games. Man City won all of their games, and Arsenal finished over 25 points above the mighty Spurs.
If Man City draw or lose at Fulham, and you guys bottle it at Man United, God help you.
But you know what, You know what? You're going to finish 25 points ahead of Spurs, but it's irrelevant because both teams won nothing. So what? Yes, it don't matter if you finish 3 points above us, 5 points above us, or 25. Both teams have won nothing.
No, that's true. We're in the same position. Players want to come to Spurs just as much as they want to go to Arsenal. We're in the same exact position, guys. Yeah. Okay. No, that's true. We've both won nothing, but let's see. Let's see, because when we go to the Spurs discussion, which I'm really looking forward to hear what the kind of the views are, because I've watched you, you're very reasonable, unlike Deji. I'm intrigued to see what you guys have come up with, Ange, because I remember I told Deji, Spurs aren't that good. I told him 3-4 months ago, you're defensively a shambles, and it's proven because you're on course to concede the most amount of goals since 1992 when you were crap.
So what?
So okay, great.
So what?
So what?
Anyway.
The reason why I can say so what is because it's season 1 of it's phase 1, isn't it, of the project. Yeah, it took Arsenal 4 seasons. Even Jurgen Klopp, it took him 4 seasons to start to allow the system to germinate and then bring, roost. My gaffer's been in the job. It's his first season, mate. So whatever happens in this season, it don't matter. Whether he concedes 1,000 goals.
What did I tell you guys?
We are trying
no expectations FC again. Okay.
We are working the
system.
Come with that argument when we're in season 3, season 4. Then I go, you know what? Fair play. You have a point.
Deji, I'm sorry. Deji, I'm sorry to break it to you, man.
Come on.
I'm sorry to break it to you. Ange is getting sacked next year. I'm just gonna tell you this from now. He's getting sacked. He's gone. The players don't believe. Okay, we'll see. I guarantee you, he will be sacked next season because this system is so naive and so just, is so. I wouldn't even call.
What's your playing well?
No, let's see. I mean, I'm saying that's my early, hot take. Ange is gone next year.
If Tottenham sack him, who are they going to bring in then?
Who are they going to bring in? I'll tell you who they're going to bring in. Thomas Tuchel, an ex-Chelsea coach. That's their little favorite.
Another Chelsea reject.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, we've got Preach in the house. Preach, what are you saying?
What's going on?
Yeah, have you been listening to the conversations?
No.
You can imagine what we've been talking about. So we've been talking about the last 40 minutes or so, with the 48 minutes that we've been going, is the title running. Man City, Arsenal. Majority think City's going to do the job, get it over the line. Stefan's getting his lines ready for 2 weeks' time when City win the league. His excuses. But yeah, look, how do you see it going, Breach? Let's get you involved. What do you see happening?
Boy, I see City losing the next 2 games, drawing the third one, Arsenal losing their last 2, and Liverpool taking the title last minute. I'm playing. You know what?
Watch the mouth going.
How can I say it? Like I think I said it on the last show. I see a fire in Arsenal where, like, it don't matter who they're playing. They're gonna get the result, but then at the same time, as we've seen for the last 6 years, well, Liverpool definitely experienced for the last 6 years, well, that is City, and like City will let you think you've won this, and then like steal it by 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. So, I mean, it's in City's hands right now. But like, there's a chance. Like, you man, there's the Spurs, man. You lot are City's bogey team, like for real. Like,
preach, my brother, preach.
Yeah, like for real. You lot do that, like. So, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I wouldn't be even scared to put a little money on it that Spurs could win and get a result. So yeah, cool. Man, like, I see it. But,
so you think who you going with end of the season then?
It's tricky.
Give me one team.
I'll go with City.
Is that based on the experience? Yeah.
Yeah, just 1 point. Like, we've lost it twice by 1 point.
Yeah. They've been there before. They've done it before. Yeah. Cool. No worries. So majority is going with City. Obviously, a couple of the gooners in here, I think, Arsenal's going to get it over the line. But look,
I don't think Arsenal will slip up. No, it's because
I think it's going to be quite close. But both teams are going to go head to head. They're going to do what they've got to do. It's going to come down to, who wins the most games at the end of the day. And I think both teams are quite capable of winning their last remaining games. And if that is the case, then it's going to be City, obviously. So, okay, look, moving on from Arsenal, we was going to go on for an hour, so we'll go on for another 15 minutes. There's a couple of things that I wanted to ask you guys. First of all, just a quick one on Sancho. Congratulations to Sancho, of course, through to a Champions League final. Obviously, had to leave United to do that. What are we saying with Sancho? Was it him that was the problem, or was it something else? Like, he's gone to Borussia Dortmund and he's just transformed himself into that player that came over to Man United when they first bought him. So anyone can go first.
Can I quickly chime in? I just want to quickly.
Yeah, go, Deji. Go.
First and foremost, I predicted before Erik Ten Hag even got touted for the Man United job that if he did get the job, he's an absolute disgrace, and he would do exactly what we're seeing right now. The truth is, I think what's happened is, and I'm grateful that Sancho has shown the world that really and truly he was the professional. He was doing because when he came out to say that Sancho had been lazy in training, Sancho called it. I said, "What are you chatting about?
You didn't say
Man's been training hard. You're chatting hella breeze right now. Shut your face." Yeah. So the one thing I would say is this: I think Sancho just called out the rubbish. sometimes certain players need to stand up and say, you know what, I think this manager is dusty. I think what he's trying to do ain't going to work. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think Sancho called it out. He could see that this Erik ten Hag guy is a nutcase. And I was speaking to some United fans earlier this evening, and they were talking about the fact that maybe Erik ten Hag didn't realize that there's levels to this. At Ajax, when you're dealing with the academy kids, yeah, you can wave you can throw your toys out the pram and they will listen to you. But in the Prem, when you're dealing with big players, big names, big money, throwing your toys out the pram ain't going to work. You know, that thing with what he did to Ronaldo there, I think in the end it's probably backfired because of
this is revisionism. Ronaldo was insane. He went on TV and absolutely cursed his club. He should never do that. Jadon Sancho only became big because he played for Man United, and I think people forgot that he stopped playing for Man United a long time ago, and Ten Hag did him a service by letting him go for 3 months into the mountains, let him come back, and he still didn't train well. And it's not that a Ten Hag called him out and said he's lazy. Literally, if you see the question, it's like 10 minutes into his interview. Yeah. Why isn't Sancho playing? Ten Hag for the past year, people were complaining that he wouldn't just say, be honest and see what's going on with his players. The one time he told you guys the truth, you went ballistic. You know what the problem is? You can't handle the truth when a manager's telling you one. He's giving you the truth, and he did it as quickly as possible, as nicely as he could. The guy's just not playing up to par. And instead of clapping and saying, you know what, at least he's told us the real, all of you went berserk. Man United fans said, how can he talk about Sancho like this, that, the other? The only thing I don't like about the situation is people then started leaking stuff about Sancho's character and stuff like that. That stuff I don't like. But Ten Hag didn't mismanage the situation. In my eyes, he did his best. If you're a player watching Sancho day in, day out, not training, coming to training late, or wherever it was, and the manager doesn't punish him, he doesn't take him out. In fact, he sends him on a 3-month holiday. He sends him on a 3-month holiday, lets him come back into the team in the squad, and he still doesn't perform. What do you want him to do? Do you want him to continue to lie and say, no, do you know what? He'll get back in it. He's doing his best, and he knows that he's not doing his best. He's told you guys the truth after a year of you guys complaining that he didn't.
Are we seeing the same thing with Anthony at the moment? Anthony's obviously come out on social media. He's calling him a bald egghead. Yeah. And we've got something similar going on. I think
that's not what happened. Mason Mount leaked. Supposedly Mason Mount, this is in Brazilian media. Mason Mount supposedly leaked to Ten Hag and told Ten Hag that in their private WhatsApp groups, Anthony has criticized Erik ten Hag and has called him that the bold egghead stuff. So he went and told Ten Hag this. And in the Brazilian media, they're saying that's why Anthony was like in kind of not in good terms with the actual coach. That was
what a surprise. Mason Mount being a snake as per usual.
But yeah, I mean, look, do we think, let's just get this one out of the way. Do we think Ten Hag's at United next season?
No way.
Majority say no.
I need to, man.
There's a chance, and I heard it today. I think it was in the Football Terrace, but it was an interesting one where it could be that, because people are saying, why isn't he sacked already? And it could be that where sometimes, say if you've ever been a manager in a new workplace, if you're going to a manager's a new workplace, you don't start making big decisions in the first 4 to 6 weeks, 2 months. You kind of let it play out and cook. You're trying to see who's really a good worker, who's really like the snake in the grass, who's really kind of toxic and manipulative. You just let it play out before you make major decisions. And it could be that this is the scenario where the ownership are just watching to see, okay, we acknowledge that Ten Hag isn't the greatest guy in the world, but he's not absolved of all responsibility here. Let's see which players are here to play for the shirt and which ones aren't. And in that scenario, it could be that Ten Hag stays, but that's a very narrow scenario. I think even if they think that Ten Hag's okay, I think if they really want to make a change, and they will, I think they're going to uproot everything, and I think Ten Hag goes. So I think there's a very limited probability that Ten Hag, and the irony is that if Ten Hag goes to another club, he probably does do better. So long as you don't let him any controlling over transfers, he'll be okay.
No, but
Right.
Toon, I think there's only one chance that he stays, and I think it's the worst possible scenario in which Man United can't afford because of the compensation and the FFP stuff that might stop him. Because supposedly the compensation to release him is like I think 10 million, and then they have to also they're trying to sign Dan Ashworth from Newcastle, and Newcastle are saying we want 10 to 15 million. So they're going to spend just for the managerial upheaval. They already spent 3 million on Jason Wilcox.
They have to bite the bullet. They're a new ownership. They're new part ownership. They need to show the fans, their investors, that they're the business. So they're going to have to bite the bullet on that one. I think Has, you're going to say something.
Yeah, guys, I was gonna just move it on because like we're getting a bit tight for time.
Could I say something on the
Yeah, go on, preach. Go.
I saw something on. It's affected Rashford, didn't it? Because him and Sancho are boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a really good point, preach. Because we've seen Rashford this season. His form has taken a slump this season, and we all know what Rashford. Like he's a quality operator, but this season he's been gashed.
It was a social media post, but like they were saying, obviously them two talk in it. So whatever's happened, the misjustice that Sancho's has felt, Rashford's like, no, that's my boy. He's taking a piss. So you don't even really like him. So he's like he is in a rock. What's it between a rock and a hard place? So Rashford don't really like him. So I don't know what it's like in that dressing room.
So preach.
Can I just say very quickly, I'm very happy for Sancho. Don't get twisted.
100.
Whatever's gone on at United, he's a young player. He's gone there. He's struggled to deal with whatever he struggled with. People have questioned how good he even is, but he's shown now at Dortmund. He's gone back there. He's shown that he's still got his talent. He's still got the ability to influence games. And I wish him the best because it's not easy. As young footballers, when when things are going wrong and people are saying this and that, it's not easy. So credit to him because he's gone to Dortmund and he's got on with his work and he's showing what he can do. So
guys, it's going to be a great final. It's a weird one really because you've got Jude up against Sancho, both former teammates at Borussia Dortmund. So they're going to come up against each other in the final. I think it's going to be a great final. You know, Borussia Dortmund shown that they're up for this competition. They completely outplayed PSG over 2 legs as well. Let's hope it's a good final and that we can enjoy that match. So look, I've got the table up in front of us at the moment. My next question was going to be Newcastle. Toon, this is one for you. Is there any chance, do we think, that Newcastle could finish 5th ahead of Tottenham Hotspur? I'm going to get into this one quickly. We'll go on for 10 minutes before we close the show. But bear in mind, Tottenham's got Burnley coming up and Sheffield United, 2 relegated teams, potentially where we could pick up 6 points. But it is Tottenham at the end of the day we're talking about. We could mess things up as well. But Newcastle, do they have any sort of chance? Because they've got 3 games remaining as well of finishing 5th. Toon, it's your team. I'm going to start with you, and anyone else can chime in afterwards.
Well, look, Spurs have definitely got the advantage, like you say. With Burnley aren't relegated yet, and I think that's going to be the main. I think you're going to lose to Man City. I think that's for sure. I think you lose in the first half in that game, and it's going to come down. And if we've got Brighton at home, so if the scenario does happen that we beat Brighton, you lose to City, at least for that week, everybody knows that we're a point behind you. And in the media, the speculation, and everything else, the pressure is going to build. That's how it's building now for, obviously different. Arsenal are title chasers, but Arsenal are expected to beat Man United. But what we're all talking about is the reason why they might not win is because of the pressure. We'll be 1 point behind you. Everybody's talking about it. And again, pressure. And as we know, Tottenham haven't always responded very well to pressure, even when you are the overwhelming favourites in certain situations. So all I can say is God help you. Should you not beat Burnley, and we've got Man United after that game at Old Trafford.
It sounded like confidence there.
So I think in this situation, it's better to be the person that's chasing than the person that's being chased. And I think we're looking at you and we're saying, what's the worst that can happen? We fell, but at least we were there. We chased. I think you're thinking, man, if we mess this up, it's going to look bad. And it all depends on how badly Man City do you over. If it's how Liverpool did you over when it's 4-0, and then the pressure was off you and you started playing, Man City aren't going to have that type of mercy. They're just not going to have that type of mercy. And so it's going to come down to
Chelsea not in this conversation anymore.
You know,
Chelsea.
Chelsea will be there. The scenario was
Chelsea can still get top
Tottenham, Newcastle. So, like I said, it's only going to come down to that Burnley game, the pressure that's going to come in that week. You absolutely should whoop Burnley and Sheffield United. You should do it. However, like I said, in that scenario, the only thing that prevents you from doing that is the pressure. And if you collapse, it's going to be a cold winter. I'll tell you that. So yeah, it's a very narrow chance for Newcastle, but the only reason would come fifth is if you guys capitulate.
I like how Stefan's watching the combo, thinking such a peasant talk, like talking about finishing fifth and shit.
That was us, man. That was us. That was us 3-4 years ago. So but this is what Arsenal fans forget. That now we have to win the league. Now we have to win the league.
This peasant was one of the only 5 teams to have beaten Arsenal this season. So I'm sure he'll be understanding.
What's everyone else saying? What's everyone else saying on the matter? Preach. What are you saying?
I don't know. I feel like everyone's just going to slip into their normal powers in their positions. So Tottenham ain't really. I don't follow them that well, but I don't really know them falling much further than fifth. Like that's kind of their average position. So that I'm kind of seeing that. I just think they've just lost 4 in a row. I think they're going to get any worse. I think they've got it's Spurs, isn't it? Like, I know we do the Spursy thing, but there's grown men, there's 11 men, there's pride and whatever, the shirt, the badge, you name it, innit? Like they've just lost 4 in a row, so I think they're angry. I don't know.
No, they should be angry. You're thinking of Liverpool breach. Liverpool will be angry. I'm worried about what Spurs are. Liverpool still got some testosterone in their players. When I watched that game against you guys, I was very worried. When I watched Brennan Johnson, when I watched Timo Werner, it's the same thing what Deju actually was saying about Timo Werner, because I did watch him. He doesn't like to be touched. He doesn't like to be touched.
Out of all the things, watching Newcastle and Liverpool, what about their defending? Like Liverpool were toying with them in the first half. The way they were just opening them up, they were so easy to play against. It was an absolute joke. And I thought, in the typical Spurs fashion, and I've noticed this with the Spurs fan base, is that they have usual scapegoats that they focus on. It's always Emerson Royale. It's always Eric Dyer before, or Ben Davis and stuff. What they didn't talk about was how Son was an absolute disgrace in that game. Bissouma has been horrendous for 5-6 months now. All of these players that they said that they were better than Arsenal's players. Don't forget. I haven't forgotten that. I remember that when they kept saying,
"Calm yourself."
I just want to point that out. We're going back to Arsenal.
It's really raw for me because I used to lose my head listening to Spurs fans.
Stefan. Yeah. We're tight on time, brother. Let's keep it with Chelsea and Newcastle and whether they're going to finish fifth or not. Well, we can always come back to Arsenal next week, yeah. So we're done with the Arsenal talk now. That's all done with us. History, my brother. Right, Deji, what are you saying?
Yeah, man. But I'm the only one on this panel, and I know everyone knows exactly what I think. I'm the only one who bloody thinks my club can still get fourth, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah. Wait. I think this deserves a big screen moment.
Yeah. I tell you what, I think my beloved Tottenham Hotspur can get fourth. Aston Villa have got Olympiacos on Thursday. That's going to be a all or nothing game. Obviously, they don't want to go out. They want to win that competition, Europa Conference League. That's the competition. Aston Villa have Liverpool next. Liverpool are probably getting on a bit of a high, bit of a morale boost, beating Spurs on the weekend. I expect Liverpool to take maximum points. And Crystal Palace, arguably the most informed team in the Prem, with my three players that I want to see at Spurs next season, Mateta, Eze, and Elise sourcing. I think Crystal Palace slap up Aston Villa. So Aston Villa ain't taking any more points. No point like the Eurovision Song Contest. Now, as for my club, I expect us to slap up Burnley because that's what we do. And preach, keep preaching. It doesn't make any sense. I totally agree. Where if there's any team to get a dodgy 3 points against Man City in this run, it is my beloved club, Tottenham Hotspur. We could do the unthinkable, score a 94th minute, 1-0, and Spurs have got 3 points. If we've done it before, we can do it again. And then we go away to Sheffield United. So I can see my club taking 9 points. The big thing in all of this is Arsenal fans will be taking their bun thinking, beat City, they've won the league.
When's the last time you
the Arsenal playing Man United this weekend?
When's the last time you scored a goal?
JG,
you don't think Arsenal are not going to beat Man United at Old Trafford?
Mate,
you know what?
This United team's worse.
You know what? If that happens, if that happens, oh my God. Do you know what? I've got to say, Messiah, if that happens, Messiah, you've got to go and play the lottery, brother. You've got to go and play the lottery, brother. But look, it's all positive vibes from Digi, obviously. I'll give my take on it. Yeah, I think the position that the teams are on at the moment, I'll put it back on screen again. I think that's how it will finish. Honestly, I just think the 2 games against Burnley and Sheffield United, I think Sheffield's down. Burnley, I think will turn over Burnley. It's not going to be an easy game. Obviously, they can still stay up. City will turn us over, but I honestly think that will be the position where the clubs will finish 5th for Tottenham, 6th for Newcastle, 7th for Chelsea. I honestly think Chelsea will finish above United. I think. Yeah. The only thing is, United have 4 games at the moment, so we'll see how it goes.
Can I just ask the Spurs fans, if let's say there's a disaster and you finish 7th, right? Chelsea get ahead of you. Would the calls for Ange going? Would that be a severe capitulation enough for there to be kind of a change? No,
first season. I think it'll be a bit too hasty to say he's got to go after 1 season. I think he'll definitely get next season to sort this team out and get another summer under his belt. So I know. Just before we move on, I just want to send a big shout out to a user. Thank you very much for your super chat. Of course, Stefan is in the comment. Stefan, talking shit. Thank you very much, a user, for that £2.
Thank you.
Much love, brother. Thank you very much.
Another couple of minutes on Chelsea, mate.
But go for it.
All I was going to say was that league table we put up. So, by the way, United have got 3 games left.
Yes, you're right. Yeah,
That's
anyone. Yeah, they got 3 games left. You're right.
Newcastle, nothing against your team, but I just think we will. We are the informed team in that block. The only blot on our scorecard was the capitulation against Arsenal. We scored 17 in 4 games. We're not conceding goals anymore. He's managed to find the formula of Chelsea.
Yeah, we've scored 9.
But when he's not been there.
Yeah, we've scored 9 goals in 2 games. We're the 4th highest scoring team in the league. Look,
I'm not saying you're not.
Yeah, but you guys have scored.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying you're not. We got Forest, we got Brighton, and we've got.
You're not beating Brighton. Come back, kids. Come on. You're not beating.
We're not beating Brighton, no. Where are Brighton in the league, by the way? Where are they at the minute? They won 4 in 26.
Yeah, but Brighton away from home and at home is a different. And you're playing away. You're not beating them away from home.
No, but you're 4 points behind us. Are you saying we can't beat Man United, Brighton, or Brentford? We can't beat any of those teams.
Right. Let's have it like this. Let's finish the show. Let's finish the show like this. Toon, come back. Go like one at a time. Toon, you come back why Newcastle is going to finish ahead of them, and come back. You tell Toon why Chelsea is going to finish ahead of Newcastle, and we'll finish it at that. Toon, go first.
Yeah, look, first of all, Chelsea are in absolute fire. They're playing, and I think Pochettino stumbled into a very good team finally. They're looking very, very good. And actually, it's next season that everybody should really watch out for Chelsea. I think, look, we're 4 points ahead. We are ourselves got a lot of momentum. Is that 2 points ahead? Okay, 2 points ahead. We've got Man United, not Man United. Is Man United next? No, Brighton next at home. Our final home game at home.
You're gonna beat.
It's a high probability that we win that game. Then we've got Man United away before they've got the FA Cup as well. They're pretty much on the beach, and then Brentford are away as well. So I think we've got a lot of incentive to finish as high as possible, and I think we've got the momentum. We're the fourth highest scoring team in the league. Our defensively, we're getting better, although we've leaked a lot of goals. We've still got Isak, Gordon, Callum Wilson, Jordanson back, Pope is back. We're just looking stronger and better, and I back us to win to finish sixth.
Okay, so Newcastle's obviously in form at the moment. Loads of players firing on all cylinders. Isak, Gordon, and they're doing really well. So yeah, Toon tactics. Thank you very much for that. Come back. What are you saying?
I just don't see Chelsea dropping points. I don't. Not the way we're playing. Not with the way we're playing at the moment.
Tell us who's your
playing that.
Who you got in the running? Who are you playing?
We got Forest, Brighton, and Bournemouth.
Wait, Forest where? Come back here. Where?
Doesn't matter.
They're playing for their lives, man. That's not an easy game.
We'll do Forest away.
Yeah,
100%. We do Forest away. 100%.
Okay, I mean,
I think Hudson-Odoi bags a brace against Chelsea, in my opinion. To be honest,
No,
that's going to be the key game for you lot. I think Forest away will be the key game.
You're saying Forest is going to show up all of a sudden. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No, but Forest away is always look at Man City. Man City really struggled against them. It's a super tough. It's a very underrated away game.
He had
super
3
tough.
chances in that game, Chris Wood. He had 3 opportunities in that game. If Forest had a better striker, City wouldn't be winning that game.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Like Forest away they beat Villa. They beat Villa 2-0, I remember, at their ground. Who else did they play? Liverpool got lucky. They beat them. Let's be honest. They had 2 1-on-1s with the keeper. They could have easily beaten Liverpool. It's a super tough.
That was only 2 teams. There's 18 teams in the league.
No, but they've beaten a number of teams it's a super tough away place, and I'm surprised. And then he says Brighton away too. Brighton, I'll get. The only reason why I put Newcastle above Chelsea is because Newcastle's fixtures are much kinder. Because Brighton at home and Brighton away are like Jekyll and Hyde. They're 2 completely different teams. And then he also said Newcastle going to Man United. Every single Man United player is going to be thinking about the FA Cup final. That I agree. The only tough game that they potentially have is Brentford away. That's another very underrated, tough away game. So I don't know. I mean, if Chelsea are playing, let's see. Let's see if they're for real, because I'm still not fully.
I've got to agree with Stefan. On this one. It's not a given. I know it's the end of the season, but also let's look at this from this point of view as well. When you're playing away against a team where it's their last game of the season, they want to go out with a bang against, in front of their home crowd. It's never an easy gig. So, these games are banana skins potentially. But, I genuinely think how the teams are set up now is how they'll finish. So I think I'm going to go Newcastle 6th, Chelsea 7th, possibly maybe United might sort of intervene. I don't know with Chelsea, but yeah, that's how I see it going. So anyone else want to say anything on that?
For me, right, look, when you have a look at those fixtures, I think Chelsea would just have enough to edge it, because you've seen people like Cole Palmer, for assistance, has been on very, very, very good form.
So has Gordon.
Yeah, of course he has, but I personally think Chelsea will edge it, because yes, okay, Chelsea, this is the worst Chelsea side I've ever seen in such a long time, but I just feel like there's something about them in the last couple of games that they seem to somehow want to try and get some European football. I'm not sure if they'll get top 6, but I think the only game out of the whole 3 I really think Chelsea will struggle is probably potentially maybe Nottingham Forest, because Forest for me is a type of game where they will show up and do something. And with Luton, not to take Luton out of a granted, I do think Luton are already down already. And I think Forest will want to actually clarify to try and beat Chelsea on the weekend. So I look at Chelsea's games. I think Chelsea will beat Brighton because Brighton are on the beach.
Guys, Brighton just beat Villa.
So I think Nottingham Forest will be a tough game for Chelsea.
Yeah, but we're the ones playing Brighton next. We're playing them at St.
You guys are playing Brighton next.
No, but you're playing Brighton at home. Brighton away is just they're terrible. But Brighton at home, they're very good. They're still a good team.
We're playing Brighton at St. James's Park.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving Newcastle the edge. Whilst Chelsea have to go to Brighton.
Yeah,
which is a much more difficult game because Brighton.
I think we beat Brighton away. Brighton won 4 in 26. Home or away, they won 4 in 26.
I agree. Their form is bad. Their form is bad. I agree with that. I just don't see Chelsea like.
They just hope that they basically hopes that they will show up when they're playing you. That's what it means.
Yeah, I'm not hoping.
Guys, we have been going on for almost an hour and 20 minutes, which is roughly about 20 minutes over schedule. But there's been a lot to talk about. I'm gonna cap it there until next week. Obviously, it's been a pleasure talking to all of you. Big shout out to my co-host Deji for joining me tonight, as always. All you guys, thank you very much. Also, I just want to mention the chat. I haven't mentioned the chat tonight. Thanks for getting involved tonight to everyone in the chat. Thanks for the likes. We are on 39 at the moment. Would appreciate one more like to get to 40. That will be blessed.
Can I just say one quick thing, mate, as well?
Yeah.
Can I just say congratulations to my hometown club, Bromley, for getting into the Football League.
Big up Bromley.
Big up Bromley. Big up Bromley. Yeah.
Big up Bromley.
That is actually massive. That is actually massive. And got to the big shout out to Bromley. Yeah, Bromley for making it. And that's fantastic. So, guys, thank you very much. Back again next week for episode 34. Well, what I'm sure is going to be another interesting week. A lot of good football matches coming up this weekend. And once again, congratulations to Real Madrid playing Borussia Dortmund in the final of the Champions League. We are back this Saturday for the reaction show, which Marlon will be hosting, Tottenham versus Burnley. But till then, come on, you Spurs, obviously. Peace.
See you guys.